Hi, Pisces. This is Jeffrey. This is red color. This is your reading for the month of June. All right. So the message for you and for everybody else is ask. And this is the suggestion is to go into your heart and ask, how can I love myself more? How can I bring more love in? What is it that I desire? What would bring me the most healing, the most comfort, the most benefit? How can I go about getting it? Because I think, and I said this to another side of the but I think sometimes we just act on rote. We just do what we do that's in front of us, and it's like, am I doing what I desire? And is it a means to an end? Is it making me happy? That being said, I am asking for support. I need 2 cataract operations. I'm finally out of denial. My vision is getting worse and worse. I mean, I kind of knew. Now I know. And I need financial support. So I'm asking, please, if you could support me, that would be wonderful. And if you could share it on my GoFundMe on social media, that would also be wonderful. Help me out. So that's that. Let's get to it. So you're my 12th sign. I like to mix it up usually, but it was too complicated to start writing down who I did and what I didn't do. So I just went through it. Let's see if you get the same cards that everybody else is getting. It's kind of weird. Not like I don't shuffle. Sometimes it's just the energy. And I'm probably going to do a collective one as well. We'll see. I'm not sure. Okay. The tower. The tower has been coming up for almost all signs. So there must be something going on. I mean, look, you're a Pisces, you get it, because you're deeply intuitive, deeply psychic. You're picking up energy from all over the place. You get it. Nothing is stable, right? Nothing is stable, individually or collectively. And we're being shooken up so that because we're vibrating at a different level. So it's almost like our soul is saying, this isn't big enough for me. I need to find a new place. I need to do new things. I need to plant new seeds. That's what's going on. So don't be all freaked out by the tower, because it's come up for at least 6 signs. And then I have the chariot, he's an interesting guy. So the chariot is a 7, it's confidence. The chariot is the astronaut. He is willing to go to places that he's never gone before. He's willing to take the chance, go on the road, figure it out as he goes. He's kind of new to the chariot too. So he figures out the dark and the light, right? The 2 sphinxes. And it's like, I have a goal and I'm on my way somewhere and I'm moving really quickly. And it's like, oh, some rocks fell. I'm going to swerve on them. I'm going to deal with it as it comes intuitively, because it's Cancer. I'm going to follow my third eye. I'm going to, and I'm willing to go to a place that I've never gone before, because he's almost like it's his first job in a way. And it's like, he doesn't necessarily have to prove it to somebody else. He has to prove it to himself. Like, you learned all this stuff in school, but until you're in the job, it's like, oh, okay. That's a figure, because you also, not only do you have to know your job, but you have to figure out things socially, you have to figure out how you're going to get there, you have to figure out what you're going to wear, you have to figure out what the salary is, what they blah, 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 blah. Who's your friend, who's your ally, who's your frenemy. And he's like, yeah, okay, like that. And Archangel Michael is here with you, guiding you, leading you, and with fresh ideas, with fresh perspective, with a new way of looking at things. And then your card comes up. I'm following my intuition. Look, the water signs, that's what we do. That's how we operate. It's just the way it is. So you try to explain it to somebody who's not a water sign, they don't really understand. They don't have to. They don't have to, they're never going to get it. They're just not going to get it. There are certain things that people do, and it's like, I really don't get that. I just don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. Doesn't interest me. Don't understand it. Don't even care to understand it. And it's the same thing. The moon card is really like, I'm following my intuition. I'm following my dreams. I'm allowing myself to be led. I'm not really sure where it's going, but I know this is the right way. And the interesting thing is that we have the yuds here, right? And here, right? The only other, I can't see, but they're here. See them falling? So, and the only other card that I can think of that has that is the Ace of Cups. And it's like, it's flames. It's a flame of a new seed, right? It's the smallest letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it's the most powerful. It's a 10. It's a completion and a beginning at the same time. There's numerology involved. And it's the spark of something, like the flash, like the little spark that begins everything. That's what it is. So you have that twice a week. And you have the Chariot. It's like moving with it. Yeah, the past is done, and I'm moving forward into the future. I've cried my tears. I'm done. I'm moving forward into the future. I have a vision, and I'm all the chaos that's behind me, I'm going to let it be behind me. I've had a change in my passion. I've had a change in passion, which is good, which is fine. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? It's like the old way, disintegrated and fell apart, and it's like, okay, time to move on. Yeah. Yeah, if I get really quiet with myself and I go into my heart and ask the hard questions. I mean, that's the thing. How am I in my own way? Where don't I trust myself that I need to trust myself in? Where can I challenge myself that will help me grow? Grow. Sometimes I watch my own videos and it's like, oh, wait, you're from Brooklyn, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Grow. And I have to dig deep. And it's interesting because that's the card of Virgo. And whenever the opposite, I always see all signs, like the opposite signs as a whole, like Pisces, Virgo, uh, Scorpio, Taurus, et cetera, et cetera. So the opposite, there's this balance going on between being in your emotion, which is moving, but because I have her here and swords fought, and I have him, it's like, okay, I'm going to follow my intuition, but I'm going to dig and look really carefully because this is a scholar, right? Virgo. And use the Mercury part of Virgo, like the intellect as well, to like really see if it makes sense. I feel like I want to, I don't know, go to another country, let's say. It also has to make sense. Like, I didn't just pick Mexico out of nowhere. I've been here many times. I already have connections here, right? It's not like, oh, well, I'm just going to move to Bali. I know no one. I don't speak, right? It didn't make any sense. This made sense on some of it. It was mostly my heart. You're going to know when to act, because this one always knows when to act. And she doesn't, it's the black cat, right? Magic. But it's also this energy of, I'm not going to pounce until it's time. I'm not going to do it until it's the right time. And a healing comes, and intuition, and a certain trust and innocence in one's heart. Yeah, because the old story is done, and a new one is beginning. Welcome to the reality of the world we live in today. And I'm not going to stand in my own way. And whenever I say I can't do it, it's like, why not? I can't do that. Why not? Why not? You could try, see what happens. Because the help will show up. Because the help will show up. I remember when I went to school, um, someone recommended that I apply for this grant that I was like, oh, I'm never going to get it. I had to go way the hell uptown. It was like in the middle of nowhere. It was this weird community center that was really in the middle of nowhere, not in the greatest neighborhood. And I was like, I got the grant. I got the grant. All I had to do was answer a few questions, fill out a little paper. It was really easy. So it's like, if you step forward, it steps forward to meet you toward being fulfilled, toward being satisfied, toward being comfortable. This also, I always get with this word safety. There's a sense of emotional safety here. I always get that from this card. And I have a strategy, and enthusiasm, and passion, and creativity. I'm going to take Michelle on the road. And I've changed my mind. I'm not going to follow someone else's lead. I'm going to do my own thing. So I have 2 5s. I'm going to throw you a couple more cards. There's 3 more. They fit. Do I do them in order? No, I never do. But it's all one story. Yeah, opportunities are right on the ones. My heart is going to lead me to the right place. You know what I'm also getting today? There are people who are going to love you through this. And look for the people who love you through this. Look for the people who love you through this, right? Socially, things have really changed for me since I've moved here. It's a lot of out of sight, out of mind. A lot of people in New York I'm not really in touch with, and I've tried, or they've tried, or maybe they didn't, or I didn't. And the ones who are supposed to continue to be there are there. And then the new ones who show up here are the ones who are supposed to show up. It's all been through. I've been through a very interesting ride in the past 2 years. And some of these friendships that I have are really extending. And they're just not what they were, or they're non-existent. Interesting. Page. So 4 pages. Pages and 3s and 4s have been coming up for a lot of other signs as well. And pages are really about inklings. Pages, not only, they spread the news, right? They're kind of like the kid who sells the newspaper. And they stand on the corner and like, like that. Like a barker, not a barker, but there's another word for it. And it's like, pay attention to all the little messages that you're getting, because they're coming at you from all angles, from opportunity, financial opportunities, new thinking, new intuition, and new creativity. All of them are new. And they're young and they're inexperienced, but there's a certain freshness in it. Like, oh, I never thought I'd be doing this. And to me, it's very exciting. To me, it's very exciting. Because I have 4 pages. Yeah. And it's like these new ideas, intuition, messages. That's the imagery. And you're Pisces, so you're really good at picking up and interpreting and knowing what to do with all this new information. You're really good at it. So trust yourself. All right, away we go. Can it fit? No. All right. You're about to break out of your cage and move forward into the future with new ideas and new opportunities. The past is done. You're going toward the thing that makes you satisfied. You have a strategy. And, you know, if you get in your own way, allow yourself to heal from that, you know, that sense of, you know, oh, I can't do it because this is self-imposed. Whatever chaos is out there is done because you're moving forward into the future and following your 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 enchantment, but with your head on straight and letting your own light lead you. And you're going to know when to act and when to take the gift and when to offer the gift, when to plant the seed in the new right place. The right people show up, and you're allowed to change your mind. You know, you're allowed to change your mind and plant seeds in a new garden and let them grow. So that last card is actually sort of, I went to the forest yesterday, confidence 7. And I talked to the trees and they talk back. They don't talk back, but they give me messages. And I put up the GoFundMe yesterday, and it was really quite simple. And then there was a weird thing with my email, and you need this and you need that. It's like I've already done this for 3 weeks, so I'm just sending it out, and whoever gets it is whoever gets it, whatever. And then I went and I spoke to the trees, and I was like, okay, what do you got to tell me? And I'm laying underneath the trees, and they're telling me they're feeling. You planted the seeds, you watered the garden, now let it grow. And that's the energy. Plant the seeds, water the garden, give it sun, and let it grow. And, oh, I want it now, I want it yesterday. Let it grow. Let it grow. And, you know, my plants always go through different phases, and sometimes they're not doing so well, and sometimes some of them don't make it. And then other ones that I was like, man. Some of them are thriving because the rainy season started a little bit. I wish it would start more. And they're like, we got some water. We're really happy because you know, a lot of them are cactus, and I don't want to overwater them. And but my geraniums are all like, yay, and some of the other ones as well. So, you know, you are the tender of your own garden, and tend to it, tend to it. If you can support me, that would be great. If you want a reading, that'd be great. If you want to buy a meditation, that'd be great. If you want to share my GoFundMe on your social media platforms, that would really help out a lot. And blessings. Have a lovely June. See you soon. Bye.